Welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, then do subscribe by pressing the subscribe button. Press the bell icon so you can get notifications for newly uploaded videos. At a meeting in July 1967, ministers from France, Germany and Britain agreed for the purpose of strengthening European cooperation in the field of aviation technology and thereby promoting economic and technological progress in Europe, to take appropriate measures for the joint development and production of an Airbus. Within days of the July 1967 meeting, a brilliant French engineer, Roger B. Thiel, was appointed technical director of the A300 program. In Britain, already stung by the cost of Concorde, the doubts were turning to a firm anti-Airbus stance. When it emerged that Rolls-Royce would not be supplying the engines for the A300. In 1969, Britain announced they were pulling out of the Airbus program. West Germany, which had anticipated such a move, immediately stepped in, offering to contribute up to 50% of the costs of the program if the French did the same. B. Thiel drew up the work-share plan which would form the basis of the Airbus production system for decades to come. He proposed that the French should make the cockpit, the control systems and the lower center section of the fuselage. Hawker Siddeley, whose work on the Trident had impressed B. Thiel, should make the wings while the Germans should make the forward and rear fuselage sections, plus the upper part of the center section. The Dutch would make the moving parts of the wings such as flaps and spoilers. The Spanish, who would become a full partner in 1971, would build the horizontal tailplane. The first flight of the A300 took place in Toulouse on 28 October, 1972. On the 23rd of May 1974, the first A300 to go into service made its initial commercial flight from Paris to London for Air France. Despite a successful first flight for the all-new A300 on the 28th of October 1972, Airbus faced a challenge convincing airlines that it had designed the world's most economical, innovative and comfortable aircraft. For 18 months from December 1975, Airbus entered into what became known as its black period, when virtually no deals were struck and the number of white-tails, aircraft built but not sold, began growing in Toulouse. Production dropped to just half an aircraft a month during this period. The A310 marked the beginning of the Airbus family development and, with its lighter weight and fuel efficiency, helped attract new customers. The A310 also marked Britain's return to Airbus as a full partner. After trying out the A300s and finding they were even more economical and efficient than he had expected, Bormann ordered 23 A300B4s with 9 options in March 1978. After the Eastern Airlines success, there followed a series of orders which confirmed Airbus as a serious contender in the world aircraft manufacturing industry. By the end of the decade, Airbus was able to state that it had delivered 81 A300s to 14 airlines, serving 100 different cities in 43 countries. The Airbus A300 is a short to medium-range wide-body twin-engine jet airliner that was developed and manufactured by Airbus. Released in 1972 as the world's first twin-engined wide-body, it was the first product of Airbus. The A300 can typically seat 266 passengers in a two-class layout, with a maximum range of 4,070 nautical miles when fully loaded, depending on model. Its variants includes A300B1, A300B2, A300B4, A300-600, A300B10, A310, A300-600 ST. Production of the A300 ceased in July 2007, along with its smaller A310 derivative. The Airbus A340 is a long-range, wide-body commercial passenger jet airliner that was developed and produced by the European aerospace company Airbus. In the mid-1970s, Airbus conceived several derivatives of the A300, its first airliner, and developed the A340 quadjet in parallel with the A330 twinjet. In June 1987, Airbus launched both designs with their first orders, and the A340-300 took its maiden flight on the 25th of October 1991. It was certified along with the A340-200 on the 22nd of December 1992, and both versions entered service in March 1993 with launch customers Lufthansa and Air France. The larger A340-500-600 were launched on the 8th of December 1997. The A340-600 flew for the first time on the 23rd of April 2001 and entered service on the 1st of August 2002. On the 10th of November 2011, Airbus announced the end of the A340 program. At that time, the company indicated that all firm orders had been delivered. The decision to terminate the program came as A340-500-600 orders came to a halt, because A340 was too heavy and there was a big fuel burn gap between the A340 and Boeing's 777. The Airbus A320 family are narrow-body airliners designed and produced by Airbus. The A320 was launched in March 1984, first flew on the 22nd of February 1987, and was introduced in April 1988 by Air France. The first member of the family was followed by the longer A321 that was first delivered in January 1994, the shorter A319 in April 1996, and the even shorter A318 in July 2003. Final assembly takes place in Toulouse in France, Hamburg in Germany, Tianjin in China since 2009, and in Mobile, Alabama in the United States since April 2016. The twinjet has a 6-abreast cross-section and is powered by either SFEM56 or IEV 2500 turbofans, except the SFEM56 PW6000 powered A318. The family pioneered the use of digital fly-by-wire and side-stick flight controls in airliners. Variants offer maximum takeoff weights from 68 to 93.5 tons to cover a 5,740 to 6,940 kilometers range. The 31.4 meters long A318 typically accommodates 107 to 132 passengers. The 124 to 156 seats A319 is 33.8 meters long. The A320 is 37.6 meters long and can accommodate 150 to 186 passengers. The 44.5 meters long A321 offers 185 to 230 seats. In October 2019, it surpassed the Boeing 737 to become the highest-selling airliner. The A320ceo initially competed with the MD-80 and the 737 Classic, then the MD-90 and the 737 Next Generation, while the 737 MAX is Boeing's response to the A320neo. The suppliers providing turbofan engines for the A320 series are SFEM International with the SFEM56, International Aero Engines offering its V2500, and Pratt & Whitney's PW6000 engines available only for the A318. By September 2018, there were 7,251 A320 family CEO aircraft in service versus 6,757 737 NGS, while Airbus expected to deliver 3,174 A320 NEOs compared with 2,999 Boeing 737 MAX through 2022. Airbus sold the A320 well to low-cost startups, and offering a choice of engines could make them more attractive to airlines and lessors than the single-sourced 737, but SFEM engines are extremely reliable. The 6-month head start of the A320neo allowed Airbus to rack up 1,000 orders before Boeing announced the MAX. The A321 has outsold the 737 to 903 to 1, as the A321neo is again dominating the 737 to 9 MAX, to be joined by the 737 to 10 MAX. The Airbus A330 is a wide-body airliner made by Airbus. In the mid-1970s, Airbus conceived several derivatives of the A300, its first airliner, and developed the A330 twinjet in parallel with the A340 quadjet. In June 1987, Airbus launched both designs with their first orders. The A330-300, the first variant, took its maiden flight in November 1992 and entered service with Air Inter in January 1994. The slightly shorter A330-200 variant followed in 1998. In 2014, Airbus launched the A330neo, re-engined with Trent 7000 turbofans, which entered service in November 2018. The A330 shares its airframe with the early A340 variants, having 2 engines instead of 4, 2 main landing gear legs instead of 3, lower weights and slightly different lengths. Both airliners have fly-by-wire controls, which was first introduced on the A320, as well as a similar glass cockpit. The A330 was Airbus's first airliner to offer a choice of 3 engines, the General Electric CF6, Pratt & Whitney PW4000, or the Rolls-Royce Trent 700. The A330-300 has a range of 11,750 kilometers with 277 passengers, while the shorter A330-200 can cover 13,450 kilometers with 247 passengers. As of December 2019, A330 orders stand at 1,823, of which 1,492 have been delivered and 1,443 remain in operation. Its largest operator is Turkish Airlines with 68 aircraft. The A330 has allowed Airbus to expand its wide-body market share. It competes with the Boeing 767 and smaller variants of the 777 and the 787. The A330neo, where neo stands for new engine option, is a development from the initial A330, which is now A330ceo, where CEO stands for current engine option. A new version with modern engines developed for the Boeing 787 was called for by owners of the current A330. It was launched in July 2014 at the Farnborough Airshow, promising 14% better fuel economy per seat. It will use the larger Rolls-Royce Trent 7000 exclusively. Its 2 versions are based on the A330-200 and 300. The A330-800 cover 15,090 kilometers with 257 passengers, while the A330-900 cover 13,330 kilometers with 287 passengers. The A330-900 made its first flight on the 19th of October 2017, received its CISA type certificate on the 26th of September 2018, and was first delivered to TAP Air Portugal on the 26th of November. The A330-800 made its first flight on the 6th of November 2018, aiming for a mid-2019 type certification and delivery in the first half of 2020. The Airbus A350XWB is a family of long-range, wide-body airliners developed by Airbus. The first A350 design proposed by Airbus in 2004, in response to the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, would have been a development of the A330 with composite wings and new engines. As market support was inadequate, in 2006 Airbus switched to a clean-sheet extra wide-body design, powered by Rolls-Royce Trent XWB turbofan engines. The prototype first flew on the 14th of June 2013 from Toulouse in France. Type certification from the European Aviation Safety Agency was received in September 2014 and certification from the Federal Aviation Administration 2 months later. The A350XWB is the first Airbus mostly made of carbon fiber reinforced polymer. It has a new fuselage designed around a 9 abreast economy cross-section, up from the 8 abreast A330/A340. It has a common type rating with the A330. The A350XWB has two variants. The A350-900 typically carries 300 to 350 passengers over a 15,000 km range and has a 280-ton maximum takeoff weight. The longer A350-1000 accommodates 350 to 410 passengers, has a maximum range of 16,100 km and a 319-ton maximum takeoff weight, and is supported by two 6-wheel main landing gear trucks. The 900 version has 4 wheels. On the 15th of January 2015, the initial A350-900 entered service with its launch operator Qatar Airways, followed by the A350-1000 on the 24th of February 2018 with the same airline. As of December 2019, A350XWB orders stand at 926, of which 347 have been delivered and 312 are in operation. The largest operator is the airliner's launch customer, Qatar Airways, with 48 A350XWBs in its fleet. It succeeds the A340 and is positioned to compete against the Boeing 777, 777X, and 787-10. The Airbus A380 is a wide-body aircraft manufactured by Airbus. It is the world's largest passenger airliner. Airbus studies started in 1988 and the project was announced in 1990 to challenge the dominance of the Boeing 747 in the long-haul market. The A380 project was presented in 1994. Airbus launched the €9.5 billion A380 program on the 19th of December 2000. The first prototype was unveiled in Toulouse on the 18th of January 2005, with its first flight on the 27th of April 2005. Difficulties in electrical wiring caused a 2-year delay and the development cost around €18 billion. It obtained its type certificate from the European Aviation Safety Agency and the US Federal Aviation Administration on the 12th of December 2006. It was first delivered to Singapore Airlines on the 15th of October 2007 and entered service on the 25th of October. Production peaked at 30 per year in 2012 and 2014. However, Airbus concedes that its $25 billion investment for the aircraft cannot be recouped. On the 14th of February 2019, after Emirates reduced its last orders in favor of the A350 and the A330neo, Airbus announced that A380 production would end by 2021. The full-length double-deck aircraft, sometimes nicknamed the Super Jumbo, has a typical seating capacity of 525, though it is certified for up to 853 passengers. It is powered by 4-engine Alliance GP7200 or Rolls-Royce Trent 900 turbofans providing a range of 14,800 kilometers. As of December 2019, Airbus has received 251 firm orders and delivered 242 aircraft. Emirates is the biggest A380 customer with 123 ordered, of which 115 have been delivered. The Airbus A220 is a family of narrow-body, twin-engine, medium-range jet airliners. The airliner was designed by Bombardier Aerospace and originally marketed as the Bombardier C-Series. Bombardier sold the C-Series airliner program to Airbus and it is now owned by Airbus Canada Limited Partnership. The A220-100, originally named CS-100, made its maiden flight on the 16th of September 2013, was awarded an initial type certification by Transport Canada on the 18th of December 2015, and entered service on the 15th of July 2016 with Swiss Global Airlines. The smallest jetliner in Airbus product line, the A220-100, was built from the ground up to serve the 100 to 135 seat market with unbeatable efficiency and comfort. The extensive use of advanced aluminium in the fuselage, along with advanced composites in the wings, reduces weight and resulting in better efficiency and maintainability. Powered by Pratt & Whitney Pure Power PW1500G geared turbofan engines specifically designed for the family, the A220-100 can connect distant airports. Using a takeoff field length as short as 1,460 meters, the A220 family is ideal for hot and high-end city center airport operations. The larger member of the A220 family, the A220-300, was specifically designed and purpose-built for the 120 to 160 seat market. It represents the fusion of performance and technology, allowing airlines to connect distant points on continents or sectors that were previously unprofitable or impossible. The A220-300, originally named CS-300, first flew on the 27th of February 2015, received an initial type certification on the 11th of July 2016, and entered service with launch customer Air Baltic on the 14th of December 2016. The A220-300's advanced aerodynamics combined with specifically designed Pratt & Whitney Pure Power PW1500G geared turbofan engines contribute to an aircraft that delivers 20% lower fuel burn per seat than previous generation aircraft, half the noise footprint, and decreased emissions, making it a true community-minded jetliner. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any suggestions,